for Blog versus Bob. It's your boy. It's not your boy because that's someone else, but it's Tom Nook, formerly known as Super Hoagie. Joined with me is
Your streamer and other caster, No Not November. We're going here into game three, one to one. Blog won the first game, but Butter Biscuits came back and really just destroyed that second game. We'll see how this third game plays out and what each team does to adapt to what's been going on. And we'll see who is going to make it to the finals for the gold division this split.
yeah. I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen with the pick ban here. Now we see that now we see Jabberwock's performing really well onto the Silas as well. So we're gonna have to think about which champion you would rather face from Jabberwock because you can't obviously ban that man out, right?
Yeah,
So you're gonna
it's
have
real
to be
hard
very
to it's
real
real
hard to ban.
it's real hard to ban. Honestly, there's a lot of people in this league that you can't really ban out because their champ pools are just so deep. Um, that was when I first joined the league and played my first split. My biggest problem was I was a Nautilus one trick. I wasn't a Nautilus main. I wasn't, I didn't like. That's kind of like the only champion that I could play at a competitive level, and I saw it banned away from me every game.
Oh,
And
and then we see and we see talk about. Sorry to interrupt you, but
you're
we
good.
see the double ban against Jabberwock once again, Swain and Kennen, and then we see the Fling Pandas. Lux is taken away with on the side of Bob. See the Senna, Tarek, and the Wukong band. Wukong is a really smart band because Wukong is a busted champion,
Wukong
and
is a
then
good ban, but Senna and Derek are almost obligatory bans against Blog because that bot lane is that's their mains, but they're so good with those champions that if you let them have them, it's just game over.
Blog actually first picking the Leona, taking the Leona away from Biscuit Hat. Biscuit Hat has shown really good performance, especially with those solar flares on the Leona. So taking that away by Mr. Matt, really good first pickup. And then we see the Misfortune and Nocturne being picked here.
Didn't Who played Nocturne last game? Wasn't that?
OG Juice Man,
No, okay, yeah.
correct. Bringing it back to Nocturne.
So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see another game on the Nocturne. I'm curious to see how well Mr. Matt plays the Leona and if it's much different from how Biscuit Hat does. Biscuit Hat really showed very strong command of the champion and had some really incredible ultimates and Zenith Blades and just did Leona's job really well. See a Vel'Koz pick coming. Is that going to be for Ganwian?
And Vel'Koz. And
Ah,
was no one able to hear me?
I believe so. I believe no one
That's
could hear you
sad.
because I couldn't
Oh,
hear you, and I don't think you heard me either.
I didn't hear you either. I'm
Uh-oh,
sorry.
that's okay.
Uh-oh. Anyways, we see the Misfortune Nocturne and Galio. Really good AoE wombo combo you can get from Galio Misfortune. But also Blog has a really good follow-up damage with Vel'Koz and Caitlyn following the Leona. So that's a really good pickup from Blog. I think it was smart to pick the mid laner here because mid laner wasn't gonna get counter pick anyways. So I think it was really smart to get that mid laner picked right away so that you don't get uh triple ban or something.
Yeah.
Although Ganymede does have a wide pool, but Vel'Koz does have a really does fit into their comp that they have so far pretty well with the Leona and the Caitlyn. So like really good early pickup for the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, it's almost like a misfortune ult that's movable. That is slightly less um, area of effect, but it's really strong. It does incredible damage from fairly far away. And we'll see how well that is. A Zyra support coming in. Zyra support is very very strong. Um, Man, I haven't played Leona into
Wait,
Zyra too much. Does Leona
wait,
also one
wait, wait.
shot?
Hold on. Wait, that's a Zyra. Is that Jabberwock's Zyra?
It could be.
Because Jabberwock is a Zyra main with 700,000 master points on that champion.
That would be spicy. That would
And
be
it could be
spicy.
that it could be Biscuit Hat going somewhere else. It's entirely possible. And then we see the Trundle being picked up from Guy Fieri. We'll see where that Zyra's going.
Yeah,
Because I don't
that's
think that's going to be a Zyra top.
it. I would highly doubt that. Um, but I've seen weirder. I've
And
seen
I've also
weirder.
seen Morgana ban for some reason against Biscuit Hat. Biscuit Hat doesn't really play Morgana
I,
that
I
much. I don't,
I think
and we
again
see
that's
this
just the
Cho'Gath
jungle.
pick.
I think that's just the jungle Morgana ban.
That's a Cho'Gath mid, Galio top. Biscuit Hat's returning in the jungle with the Nocturne. It's not OG Juice Man. I'm calling it right now. That's Jabberwock on the Zyra.
Yeah, it's got to be Jabberwock on the Zyra, but it's an interesting little trade around they're doing for this
Are you ready?
game. Oh yeah, we're ready. We're good to go. All right, so here we go. Getting pick band 2.0 started.
But yeah, oh my god.
This could make out for a very, very spicy game three to this series.
Oh yeah, no, totally. This role swap has I think is juking vlog at the current moment just because now you're bringing Jabberwock's best champion by far into the bot lane because they've completely banned and prepared Jabberwock to go into the top lane.
Right. So having him switch down to the bot is really gonna make it difficult. Having someone on such a comfort champion um, going down there is really going to make Jirachi and Mr. Matt's life very difficult because Zyra, she's hard to
Zyra
lane
has
against. She's very hard to lane against. She's got everything you could imagine in her kit minus healing because she was made prior to this previous year of champions being released. So a little bit of a joke there. It looks like our pick ban is going to stop. Did someone pick something incorrect?
I have no idea. Somebody just beep booped.
Whoops. Oh, they picked something wrong and thought we were still banning. That's funny. Oh well. So we're gonna start this back over, and so we've got probably a Zyra Misfortune bot lane, which is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But what I was mentioning earlier is I'm not sure how this works. Does Leona one shot Zyra plans?
No.
She does not. Okay. Because that's one of the reasons why when I see a Zyra, I like to pick Nautilus. Even though yeah, she can do a lot of damage to me, and my tankiness almost doesn't matter. But Nautilus's auto attacks kill Zyra plants in one shot, so it's I guess it's sort of like a soft counter, because it counters, I guess, the mechanic of her plants and how long they last. But I can just go in, and since I'm tanky, I can take one or two shots from a plant and just knock it out, and it's out of commission easier than most other supports. Um, but we'll see how this matchup goes. I'm also curious to see how Vel'Koz goes into the Galio, because Vel'Koz does do a lot of damage, but Galio, is a huge MR tank. He's got a lot of it built into his kit, and
Here's the thing about Vel'Koz though. Vel'Koz's passive actually does true damage.
does it.
Yeah. So so M so if he gets 3 stacks I forget the passive is called, but if you get the 3 stack of his passive down, then that will take true damage. So that's why that specific champion is really good into tanks because get you just get the it's called research, I think. It's called research, but if you get the research procs on, um you will actually just do true damage.
Hmm.
hmm So it's actually very good into MR tanks.
Good to know.
You can't cage me for long.
So it looks like
I
Pickman's going a little smoother this time.
A little smoother. But
Come on, I won't
I'm
hurt you.
gonna
I
I 100%
promise.
bet that that's going to that role there's going to be some role swaps here.
Yeah, I agree with you. It would be very weird to see a Zyra on the side of Butter or Biscuits with it not being played by
Your
Jabberwock. But
rash decisions will
we'll
haunt
see.
you.
I mean because the thing is OG Juiceman is pretty good at the Galio himself, right?
Hmm.
And if I remember correctly, Fleeing Panda does play Cho'Gath. Fleeing Panda plays Cho'Gath.
Okay. So
So
they're not going to be on anything too awfully foreign to them.
no,
Um,
not at all.
they'll
The,
definitely be able to pull it off. Then
the
I think.
only thing that might be foreign is Biscuit Hat on Nocturne, maybe.
He started this split in the jungle though, didn't he?
He did, but I don't think he played Nocturne. He played a lot of Sejuani and Amumu.
Ah, okay. Okay, so
So I don't know yet.
John in the comments is telling us it is called research, the passive, and that every 3 abilities do true damage and then autos reset.
Yep, correct. So
So
yep, he
interesting.
does.
We have about what is it, 40 seconds to see which swaps come down,
Actually,
if
30
any.
seconds because after 20 seconds, you're not supposed to swap
20
according to
seconds,
the rule.
okay. All
So,
right, so we'll see. Nothing swapped yet.
but anyways, the Ornn pickup on the J on real JLP is a really smart pickup because that's gonna allow them to have really good flexibility.
Yeah, and it's a very very tanky team with Leona, Ornn, and Trundle, and they're gonna have a huge front line to
That's
be able to deal
actually
with the damage.
that's actually going to be Biscuit Hat on the Galio, and Zyra obviously going to Jabberwock, and OG Juiceman going on Nocturne. So that's actually close to my predictions.
Yeah, pretty close. We'll see how this game plays out.
And yeah, Ganymede is very proficient on Vel'Koz as well. So I actually have a lot of hope as well for Blog because Blog has a real. If you think about Blog's team fight, right? Blog has the Ornhorn. They have the Solar Flare, and they have the follow up damage, which they lacked last time. Last time they
Right.
lacked follow up damage. Now they have it because they have Vel'Koz. They have Caitlyn, right?
And Ornn does this a deceptive amount of damage if he can get his brittle procs off. You know, I've played some games. Jimmy plays some Ornn, and I've seen him like chunking people with Ornn. So he does a deceptive amount of damage, as well as I would say the Trundle. I've tried several times to 1v1 Trundles while being ahead on like a damage dealing champion, and it never works out because Trundle can just that attack speed just hurts, and the
hmm
slow makes it to where I can't get away.
Yup.
Just run you down. So we'll see how this plays out when this game starts coming up. So I want to see predictions in chat. Who who do y'all think is going to win? Remember, the winner of this game is going to make it to the final round of the Gold Division playoffs into S10, I believe.
I have no idea who's gonna win because Bob Butter or Biscuits, Zyra, Misfortune are going to deal so much damage, like a lot of damage. And I
Right.
know for a fact that Jabberwock likes to run Dark Harvest on Zyra. I know this for a fact,
Oh
actually.
God. Oh no. Here we go.
Against a squishy comp, against the two, not squishy comp, because there's three beefy
There's
frontline, right?
three big
But
ass
against,
tanks, but
but
yeah,
there's a Vel'Koz and the Caitlyn. If she gets a ult, root plant ult, they're dead.
it's over. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
especially in
over.
the late game when Zyra has like inevitably have like 15 Dark Harvest stacks.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to deal with. Although I will say, I like. I do like Blog's comp, having a huge tank front line.
Yeah,
Caitlyn
Blog has a really
is,
good coupling.
yeah, and Caitlyn's very mobile. Vel'Koz is able to do some damage from the back line, and he has a huge range that he can deal damage in. Just with like his Q, and his ults, he can, he's got that CC built into his kit where he's gonna knock people up and keep them from getting too close.
Now the question, hold on, because the game is about to load up. We have to judge skins, okay?
All
Sorry
right.
to interrupt you.
No,
We
you're
have to
good.
always judge skins.
All right, let's see what skins everyone is using. Star Guardian Misfortune, I love it.
Team Foreskin, they ought to. Uh, I was I was like, I root for Mr. Matt, my homie, but at the same time, the Team Foreskin. Sorry.
Team Foreskin. I don't know.
Oh, it's actually it's a Zyra mid and a Cho'Gath top and Galio support.
Is it?
That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's not Zyra support. It's
Huh.
Zyra mid. Zyra mid against Ganwian,
Interesting. This will be an
which
interesting
actually I don't
game.
hate that matchup either.
I don't either. All right, we're gonna pause at 10 seconds. All right.
Oops, I accidentally paused it at 11. Sorry,
Here,
I
let me
pressed
go
the
to
wrong button.
11. There's 11. Let me reorder the scoreboard. So that's going to be a Galio support, Zyra mid,
Cho'Gath top, I believe.
Cho'Gath top. Well, we'll have to see when they start, but that's the order I've got now. All right, ready?
Right?
3,
3,
2,
2,
1,
1,
go.
go. Oh, we're in sync. It's like we've been in a team together or something.
Almost,
Poggers.
yeah. So we'll see what kind of start we're going for. It looks preliminarily like they're spreading out for a 5 point again. Three boring starts to these games. Uh,
Yawn. I'm
Yawn,
just
yawn,
kidding.
yawn. But we'll see. Actually, no, they're not going to group for an invade. No, that's 3 5 points in a row. Hmm.
Everyone 5 points.
There's no spice. There's no
Sugar and
spice.
spice, makes everything nice.
Makes everything nice.
Another news, I'm gonna try to start up a baking project.
A
Even
baking
though I don't have it,
project.
except I don't have enough eggs. Ugh.
Oh, rip. I know with this crazy pandemic going on, it took me like 2 weeks to find flour at a store. All right, and welcome to PMA LCS pause time.
The chat is hilarious. The chat. Oh no.
The chat?
Oh no, the chat. You muted the chat, so I can't see what's going on in chat.
Uh-oh, let me unmute this here. Let me see what's going on. Oh. Oh no.
Yup, that's what happened, everybody.
Rip.
Anyways, Do you have any jokes for the crowd?
Um, no, not too much of a joke teller myself, other than
Not
my
too much of a joke
God.
teller.
Oh my
Ha!
God. I need
Did
to
it.
stop with the Nautilus puns. I need to grow up.
Ha! I did it. I did it. See, I made it. I forced it.
Okay, let me get this out of the way.
Wow, game 3.
Game
Spice.
3. Yeah.
Um,
Is this the first Gold Division game for playoffs that's gone to 3?
Yeah, and Bicer just gifted 10 subs to. Thank you, Bicer. Spooked.
Wow.
Wow. Boop. Bicer, really, really, thank you. Now has tier subs. So spread the love. Spread the love of PMA LCS. Let's go. Especially a good time during this pause. I hope everyone is being safe out there. Even in this, especially in this time of the pandemic, terrifying times.
Don't be like the crazy people I know from high school that I have on my Facebook that are still going out to the beach and stuff like that because they're gonna catch the virus.
The
Anyways, we're back
COVID.
in. They're gonna catch that COVID. All right, so we're back in game. Seems like we've got our chair situation figured out, and we've got this game started off very
The stream
basic
lag.
start.
The
Uh
stream
oh.
lag. So can you guys go back to 40?
And 40. Yeah, I'm at 40.
40. I'm a 42. Okay,
Three,
three,
two,
two, one.
1, go. All
This
right.
time my stream lagged a little bit.
Mine did for a second at the same time, so I'm not sure what that was about.
Great server, by the way, Riot. Great server. Everybody, spam in chat. PMA. Riot sucks.
Well, I don't know if it's as much the server as it is all the extra usage on the internet because I've been having some weird internet issues that I've never had before ever since this quarantine started. So I want to say that's why my stream is lagging so much. Excuses, I know.
I
So we've
always
got
give excuses.
so we've got some early trades happening in the top and the bottom lane, but nothing too crazy just yet.
Oh, double up goes on to
Ooh,
Mr.
nice
Matt.
little bounces.
Double up downs. Double up. Oh
Double
look, this
up.
is a swarm
A
of.
swarm of Zyra plants just doing work. Just Zyra things. Gotta love it.
Yup.
Ooh. Guy
Guy
Fieri
Fieri
coming in
finding
and stealing
OG
that
Juiceman
ult,
in
or
the
stealing
jungle.
the red buff. Cho'Gath is not able to respond in time, and that red buff's just gonna go over to Guy Fieri for free.
Yup. Unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, at least Nocturne was able to get out without getting killed because he was OG
Yeah.
Juiceman was very low right there, so could have gone worse, but it could have gone better
Could have
as
gone
well.
worse. I know whenever I play jungle, I get so tilted when I get invaded.
Me too. That's why I try not to jungle too much. Another nice double up coming down from Flydrate.
Oh, a nice knockup coming in from JLP. Really good follow up of the pillar and the dash in. And
Yeah, this mid
great
lane,
thing
I
about
think. I think this
great
mid
thing
lane is just
about
gonna be all about wave clear and who's gonna wave clear better because both of them have really solid wave clear. Ooh, and a root coming down on the Vel'Koz. Some
yeah,
solid damage.
a really good thing about Vel'Koz into a Zyra matchup is that Vel'Koz can actually clear those Zyra plants with the W. Oh,
Really, I
nice
didn't
taunt
know
coming
that.
in onto Mr. Matt.
Headshot.
Because if you think about it, Vel'Koz W procs twice, right? So it
Yes.
does the first damage onto the Zyra plants, and then the second proc damage into the Zyra plants.
Oh, that's really smart. I didn't think about that. So, yeah, that's a really awesome way to play
Oh,
into a Zyra. That's pretty smart. Although there's still tons of damage coming down from Jabberwock onto Ganwian, and we'll see. Oh, and some really interesting angles for those double ups. Like, I wish Riot would make it a little bit more clear what the actual
Boom.
direction
Headshot.
and what the range is that can bounce, because I've seen some very questionable bounces in my time playing this game, almost right angles sometimes.
yeah, Misfortune double ups. Always a weird TikTok. Oh, Misfortune is stepping up a little too far onto. Oh, that's because OG Juiceman's coming in for a gank. Really good flank coming in from OG Juiceman, forcing the flank onto Mr. Matt. But a really nice flash counter engage by the Trundle, and the Caitlyn gets the first blood onto OG Juiceman.
Oof. All right.
Really good counter engaged by Guy Fieri there. but
Pause.
also good follow-up damage.
Pause where
Yeah.
you are. Let me
Yep.
know what it is. The fight has not started
28.
yet.
28.
All right, give me a minute. Not sure what happened here. 528.
528. Correct.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Give me just a second. I apologize that y'all didn't get to see that fight. I hope that Hero's casting was descriptive enough for you. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. It paused in the middle of the Zenith Blade. I'm not quite sure what happened.
Well, to sum it up briefly for you, um, the Nocturne flashed on top of, or not the Nocturne, the MF flashed away. Nocturne went after it, and then the Trundle flashed after the Nocturne to go for a flank. And as we see that nice pillar coming in from Trundle, a nice follow-up damage from Caitlyn. Just dash in. Oh,
The Zyra
the
ult forcing out the
Stragglethorn
flash
comes in.
from Ganwian,
Yep.
but it's not quite
Yep.
enough to kill.
Boom.
Yep, really
Headshot.
good Stranglethorn coming in from Jabberwock. And now Flydrate's taking some farm.
Back to the
So you're
farm
right.
game.
To your right, you see the ADCs farming the minions.
And to your left, you see Nocturne invading onto Guy Fieri's jungle while they're taking dragon. So that's the first dragon over to the side of bot lane and the old guys. We'll see if they can keep up that objective control.
And then we just see more. We just see more farming.
More farming, more farming. See a possible gank coming in from Nocturne into the top lane. A nice knock up by Ornn, but he's gonna look to get out.
I don't think JLP can get out. Nice knockup from Fleeing Pan. Oh, yep, JLP gets up.
Yeah, he'll make
Forgot.
it out. You know, Ornn's
Yeah.
just tanky enough to do that, but he's gonna have
mean-
to be. He's gonna have to back.
He's gonna have to be careful though, because Fleeing Panda's ult, the Cho'Gath ult, the Feast, does have true damage. It actually does true damage.
Oh yeah, that's true. And that's also really hard for that Ornn because to utilize that champion to its fullest, you really want to keep from getting brought down low enough to have to back, because the biggest part of that champion is the fact that you can just buy in lane, and if you're not able to take advantage of that, and if you're still having to back because you're losing trades, that's really hard to like justify it and to take advantage of it. Although I will say, even though that's the case, having the upgraded items in the late game still makes that part of his kit, you know, worth it, whether or not you can use buying in lane or not. Both of them are going to knock each other up and do a little bit of damage, but it looks like nothing's going to come out of it.
Oh. Let me see more wave clearing from mid lane.
Yeah, mid lane is just
More
going to
wave
be a
clear.
game of wave clear, I think.
Oh. Research proc.
Ooh.
Oh, research proc goes up. Zyra flashes out just before the disintegration ray triggers the research stacks.
Yeah, that would have been real bad had he been hit by much more of that ult. He would have
Literally
been dead.
disintegrated, like the ult,
Literally.
suggests. Life form disintegration ray is what that ult's called.
Life form disintegration. I like it. It's very metal.
And the paranoia comes out for the Nocturne, and then Joji Juiceman takes down Guy Fieri, caught trying to take the Rift Herald.
It looks like it's gonna
Another
go
rift.
over to
Butter our biscuits.
butter our biscuits.
Yup.
Ooh.
Quite unlucky there, to be honest.
Yeah, and Fleeing Panda's gonna get that old stack and just get a little bit bigger.
No, Symphonia John, I did not know Belcott finds elbows obscene. I don't play that champion well enough to know that fact.
Finds elbows obscene. Interesting.
Very interesting fact indeed.
That's a really nice Galio skin. I'm digging that. I'm digging that. I have not
Yeah,
seen that one before in game.
it's the Gatekeeper Galio. It's a legendary. And then
Ooh.
we see just a little wet noodle fight up in the top lane. Just a wet noodle.
Yeah. Although I will say, Cho'Gath being as tanky as he is, if you saw that auto attack from the while Cho'Gath was brittle, you saw just a decent little chunk of damage coming down, and that's with no items. Let's
And then we see
see.
the Zenith Blade coming on to Mr. Matt from Mr. Matt, but just get out. JLP just goes on to Fleeing Panda, but Fleeing Panda just disengages with the Rupture. The thing you need to know about Cho'Gath as well. I'm a Cho'Gath player myself, but like the Feast passive. Oh, the flash engage comes in from Biscuit and the bullet time comes in, but it doesn't really hit the bot lane.
Yeah, that looked like it
Good look.
looked good, but it didn't quite come out. But they're gonna drop Rift anyways, and we'll see what they take out of it. Trundle's here to respond, so they probably won't get the full tower here. One
But
thing,
they'll get some plate.
yeah, definitely. And that Rift Herald's just gonna instantly go down. Could be a huge engaged bot lane. The Vel'Koz ult's gonna come down. Biscuit
Really good
Hat's gonna get
integration.
killed, but it doesn't look like anything else is gonna happen here. One thing I want to note is that this is something that I was watching a stream earlier on in the season, and it got me thinking about like those early uses of the Rift Herald.
Oh,
Of the
Paranoia
Nocturnal.
comes in onto Guy Fieri, and Guy Fieri just gets taken down by the Paranoia.
Wow, that was a really good solo kill there by OG Juice Man.
I think that's what Butter Biscuits' win con is to really take away that vision um, from Blog by using the Paranoia, because it doesn't matter how many wards you have on the board if you're against the Nocturne. Oh, and then we see the Root and Galio ult coming in for Zyra and Galio, but Gameway just flashes out there.
They did end up taking that second dragon there. Really good way of getting control over that bot jungle. Trying to get that second dragon. It looks like we're going to be fighting for the Ocean Soul this game. The JLP is taking a lot of damage from Fleeing Panda right now. He might go down, and he does go
He
down.
just gets eaten, feasted.
Nom nom nom. Can we get a nom 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 in the chat? So yeah, what I was saying earlier about the use of the Rift Herald is that you really don't want to be using that first Rift Herald on an outer while plates are up until you get down to about half health on that tower. Maybe I think it's take 2 or take 3 plates for that Rift to be able to get that first tower. If you drop it before, like, yeah, that's a lot of gold that you're getting, but you're not really getting as much pressure as you could be if you wait on it a little bit and go ahead and get the full tower with that charge. Hero, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Sorry,
just
yeah.
making sure.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure my Discord's not acting up again.
No, you're good.
So we see some poking coming down in the bot lane. Oh, and a huge double up damage, or a huge bounce coming from Misfortune, and that's gotta hurt. Just clearing some
Misfortune
vision down
just
here.
hurts.
Yeah, she
Misfortune is
hurts.
one of the most painful. And we see that Ornhorn coming out in the top lane, but
Directed camera's gonna take us away because it knows that the Ornhorn's not gonna start anything, apparently.
yeah, no, the Fleeing Panda just walked away. It knew that Fleeing Panda was just gonna walk away.
Yeah, good call, especially with that Trundle being there.
Oh, really good flash ulti on from the Zyra. She just flash the root and the ulti chain really know what to do with that champion, Zyra.
Yeah, but she was brought pretty low, almost to death. You see the Trundle down there, possibly chasing for that kill. We have this wet noodle fight up in the top lane, but it looks like JLP might go down. Some really good knockups by this Cho'Gath, and he's just chasing him all the way back towards his tower. He's gonna dash away, and it looks like he's gonna get out with just a little bit of health.
But yeah, but Fleeing Panda is still quite a bit ahead with a good, not too much of a CS difference, but a little bit, and then has a kill differential. And also, if it gets a knock up rupture, lands onto JLP, and JLP still has dashes, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's got dashes and he barely gets out, but that's still about a 600 gold lead on the side of the Cho'Gath just because of that little bit of farm and that kill. All in all, we've got just about 500 gold difference. It's a very close game so far. 1-1 dragon, no one's taken a tower. It's a very close game, although it is still very early.
For sure, for sure.
And they're looking to stop some backs. They didn't get to stop Flydrate's back. The Leona ult's gonna come down, and it looks like Biscuit Hat's just gonna die.
Unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
unlucky for Biscuit. I just didn't get to complete the back.
Yeah, it was a really well timed roam from Ganwian to get down there and help out with that kill.
Absolutely, props to Ganwian for that one. And now Jabberwock's being collapsed onto by Blog as well. Really good catch there.
Yeah, and and then
Now OG Juiceman is ulting with the paranoia, but going on to Caitlyn, but the Caitlyn flashed away, and Caitlyn's now safe and sound.
Headshot.
Yeah, not gonna get too much out of that, but just a little bit of scare tactics coming down. We see bot lane and the old guys looking to possibly get some vision control around this dragon to take the second dragon. Mr. Matt's gonna walk in there and finds the Nocturne in a bush.
Really huge bullet time right there coming in from Misfortune. Chunks blocked down quite a bit.
Yeah, it makes him a little bit more apprehensive to take this fight, and it looks like Butter Biscuits is going to be able to push them off of the dragon initially. They're chunked down. They may not want to take a huge fight over this objective, but we'll see what ends up happening.
And we see a good rupture coming in from Fleeing Panda, and a nice follow-up taunt coming in onto Mr. Matt. And then another rupture coming in from Fleeing Panda onto Jirachi. I don't think nothing much happens. And then Zyra's here for the flank, but I don't know if Zyra really wants to be there at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think Zyra's going to want to take that just yet. Looks like Galio's ulting. Everyone's ulting.
Good knock up onto JLP. A really good follow-up route onto JLP. A nice heal to save the homies from Flydrate.
Yeah, this is just
Flydrate just gotta. Paranoia comes out. Paranoia comes out from OG Smith. That's not needed because Fleeing Panda has a really good rupture right there. Fleeing Panda showing his prowess on the Cho'Gath. Really good ruptures. I think he's landed most of his ruptures.
Yeah, I would agree. That was a very interesting fight. It was very drawn out and very messy, and everything was kind of all over the place. But it turns out that Butter Our Biscuits was able to get bot lane and the old guys out of that dragon area, establish control, and take that second dragon.
Yeah. And then we see the Zenith play going on to onto the Misfortune. Doesn't matter though. Zyra does have CC as well to follow up. Nice pillar onto Misfortune. Misfortune might be in trouble here, but Misfortune does get up.
She's gonna get out. She's gonna get her what is that? Her passive, where she gets her strut. Okay, she's gonna strut on out of there, and she's gonna be safe. Looks like they're just gonna be taking a bit of a reset here. And it looks like they might be trying to go for Rift here pretty soon. We see
Yeah.
bot lane and the old guys are all starting to rotate up towards it to try to establish vision control. Nocturne is up there trying to keep that, but they're going to go ahead and get that top scuttle. And we'll see what's about to happen. They're doing a really good job of clearing vision and getting control of the area. They might be going up here for a catch on Fleeing Panda. We'll see if they can do it.
Really good paranoia to help him zone. But OG Juiceman is actually going in. Nice ultimate coming on from Biscuit Head as well, though. I think they're turning this fight.
Yeah, they turned that really well. Oh,
But then
Fleeing Panda steps up into the... Oh, just almost got it, but then the Caitlyn was able to get the kill. And they were able to turn that fight back. Wow, very nice job from bot lane and the old guys. They went up there and almost got the fight turned onto them, but then they just turned it back and were able to seal it out. Again, we end TPs back mid to catch the wave.
Solid solar flare by Mr. Matt there. Solar flares all around this game, all around this series, whether it's from Biscuit Hat or from Mr. Matt. Solar flares has been consistently good here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm loving it, and that's something I'm wanting to see is when we get into more of the 5v5 team fights, is that you know, I really want to see Leona making sure she's holding that ultimate to stop the Misfortune ult. Zyra almost goes down under the tower, but is able to use her stopwatch to get out of it.
And turns the 1v2 fight in Jabberwock's favor. So, you know, there's a reason why Jabberwock has been very well known for his Zyra.
I mean, 700,000 mastery points, and Violet Sociocat is absolutely right, saying in chat that Jabberwock is nuts. I agree completely.
Yeah, Jabberwock is absolutely nuts. Like, scary. The thing about Jabberwock too, Jabberwock is so humble too, which I absolutely love that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna see that.
Blue Panda just take down that bot tower. Good job on Panda. Good job.
Yeah. It's a bit very even game so far, which I'm really liking to see this. You know, 1 win to 1 win. That second game was a little bit one-sided at this point in the game, and I like that bot lane and the old guys are really holding their own this time. We see very different comps coming out from both teams, really, and I like the variety a lot. Another rupture landing.
Yep.
I haven't seen him miss one. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Ooh, Biscuit Hat flashes out of there?
Yeah,
Don't
like,
know if that
Fleet
was
Panda
100% necessary.
Loki really good at landings. Like, look at that. He hasn't missed one.
Yeah, they
He's
might
missed
be
one,
setting
actually.
up. They might be setting up for a little cheese in this bush, but it looks like bot lane and the old guys did see them go in there, so they may not fall for it. They're gonna take the engage anyways. Huge bullet time.
Another huge bullet time for sure.
That was a
But
great
also,
start of the fight for Butter or Biscuits. They're gonna take down at least 2, and it looks like they're going to be able to take this next dragon.
Yup, they take the dragon here.
Ganween's on the backside trying to contest it. Maybe he's gonna use his ult to try to steal. They're gonna pull off of it, maybe try to pull it out, and force them to go into the river to try to fight for it. And Ganween almost gets the ult down to steal it, but it's just barely too late. And it looks like the third dragon is going over to the side of Butter or Biscuits, and they're just gonna pull out and not take the fight. They're gonna say, you know what, we came. We got the dragon. We got what we came for. We're just gonna leave now. We're not gonna try to stay for anything that, you know, that we didn't, that isn't 100%. They're gonna get that mid tower, and again, they're just gonna walk out, and they're not gonna take any unnecessary risks.
For sure, absolutely. clearing.
Yeah,
Ganwian
more
with
wave clearing in the mid lane, featuring extra champions just there for moral support. Uh,
extra champion for moral support.
I mean, that's basically it. You're still seeing a lot of the farm going into Ganwian in the mid lane, um, and everyone else is there just sort of making sure no one goes on him. Double ups going on to this Caitlyn, taking Jirachi down to about half health, a little more.
No, it's a third. It's a third.
It's taking
It's
about
just
a
take
third of
down
his health.
so two third. So two thirds left. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still a lot of damage for. Well, she does has Essence Reaver and BF Sword and some other stuff. She's got. They're very even in gold though, so to Jirachi's two items. The gold is very even in this game. Only about 1,000, a little over 1,000 gold lead. But it's really like I said before, it's a very even game here, and it's very entertaining to see how this is gonna play out. Oh, and a
Oh,
huge
really?
bullet time coming down from Flydrate and just melting Guy Fieri up there in the top lane. Oh,
No, they
they're
have a
gonna try for
lot
this
of mages.
Baron now.
Yeah, because they don't have the smite, and they have a zoning tool with a Zyra.
That
Zyra Galio is just going to be able to zone the entire fight.
that is true, and they've got plenty of damage to take it quick enough before Guy Fieri is going to be able to get back up and get up there. We're gonna see how bot lane and the old guys decide to respond to this. They're getting completely zoned off by this Zyra, and me personally, I would have just tried to push for that mid tower. They're gonna take the Baron. It looks like most of them are resetting, so they could have spent a little bit more time on that mid lane tower, and then maybe transitioning somewhere else, knowing that they weren't gonna be able to do anything about that Baron.
Yeah, because especially because Zyra is just there existing
Yeah, Zyra's there. She's 2 and
menacingly.
1. She's already got the Ludens. She's just gonna be doing so much damage.
She
And
technically has a lot. She's actually behind Ganwian. The Zyra is technically behind
yeah, I mean,
in
true,
the Vel'Koz,
true,
gold
but
wise.
it is a Zyra,
It
and
is
and
a
she's
Zyra
got
who
way too much damage and that
plant
infinite
who
range
plants
root.
Yes.
and Zyra takes the blue buff. Well, I think the win con honestly is gonna come from this Vel'Koz and Caitlyn, the two main damage dealers, as well as the CC chain coming in from OG's Eastman coming in to fear JLP. JLP is just gonna die here, I think. Yeah, JLP is
Yeah,
gonna die
he's
here.
just gonna he's just gonna go down to that Nocturne. It doesn't matter how tanky you are. You get slowed. Nocturne does plenty of damage, and he's just gonna
And
take you
Nocturne,
down.
and you have to understand, Nocturne also has a Blade of the Ruin King, which two melee champions he does 12% of max HP. So you don't care how
Headshot.
what JLP's tanky stat says because just do 12% of uh max health and
That's per
that
auto.
damage per auto.
So that's like
And
eight or nine
and
autos, and you can kill literally anyone in the game. Oh my gosh,
yeah, Nocturne has lethal tempos, which means he attacks faster too.
that's
Anyways,
insane. Okay, stream just lagged. Stop at 40.
okay, did it. It's at 40 now.
Okay, I'm still stuck at 34. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let me see if I can get back in to that. The spectate crashed, and so I'm gonna see if I can get back in.
Rest in pieces.
RIP 200 years of game experience, game design experience. All right, I'm
Well,
gonna try
I'm
to
still a
reconnect.
client.
Oh my gosh. Joe Megalol. All right. What is our timestamp I'm gonna get to? 20
2840.
2840. Okay. I'm loading back in to spectate eventually. All right. It is making me start at 30:35.
Well, pause at 40. Play it and play it until 40 so I can unpause.
No, you're
Please.
at what? 28:40?
Yeah, 2840.
I'm at 30:35.
Okay.
It will not let me go back to 28 minutes.
Okay, I'm just gonna solo cast and I'll let you know when it's what, 35?
Yeah, 30 minutes 35 seconds.
30 minutes 35 seconds. Okay, I got this. I can solo cast it.
They won't see
And
anything.
yeah, I know. And then Guy Fieri's got taunted by Biscuit Hat here. Um so I guess I'm just gonna keep casting, but there's not much going on here at the moment, so it's okay. And then they're shooting a bush. Really good bullet time by Fly Drake, catching out Guy Fieri. And Zyra roots two people, Jirachi and Mr. Matt. But Jabberwock gets stunned by the solar flare, but it doesn't matter. Ace in the hole goes down, but that's okay. And the red team slays the dragon here. So now there's Ocean Souls being taken, and then the Gallia ult comes in with a paranoia, and then Caitlyn ults, and then Nocturne gets a double kill. Oh gosh, I have to solo cast with no audio. Oh god, I hate this. Okay, is it 30 minutes yet?
No,
Because
no,
the
no. I am at 30 minutes and 35 seconds.
okay, so taunt goes in, two people knocks up and taunts the Ornn and the Trundle. Yeah, the really huge ultimate by Ganwian, but and then takes down Biscuit Hat with the Trundle. Trundle gets that kill, and now it's 30 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, we're almost there. Please, I can't do this. Surrender vote comes in for blue. But let's see. There's more kills. 30 minutes and 34 seconds. Okay, 35. I pause at 35.
All right, 30:35. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Okay. Uh. Okay. I don't have this. I don't have this solo cast random moments anymore.
Well, we appreciate you viewers for staying with us and listening to Hero's glorious casting without being able to see anything that he was talking about. So hopefully he was descriptive enough to let you know everything that was going on.
Yeah, that's not. That's not true. That's not.
That's it was hilarious. Again, I apologize for whatever client/internet issues that are happening. I know it's not a computer issue because I just got this thing, so it cannot be hardware. Anyways,
And
moving
nice
on, we see a
trailer comes
fight
in
happening
from
in the
Guy
middle.
Fieri.
Ooh, and a
And
huge
nice
Zyra ult,
struggle.
followed up by the Misfortune ult, and it's just gonna melt the side of bot lane and the old guys.
And then we see the Rupture going up on Ganglion, but Rupture didn't land this time.
That is a big Cho'Gath, and it looks like
Literally.
they're just in the mid lane, just taking down the Nexus towers.
And I think this could possibly be game.
This
There's
could be
3 people
game,
down.
yeah.
Ganglion is the only person up at this point.
He's doing everything that he can to zone them off with his ult, and they do end up backing off, but this game is you know, whatever we didn't see in those past couple of minutes really turned the game for the side of Butter Our Biscuits.
Quick vision clear. They're just setting up for Baron here.
And we're gonna see if there's a way that bot lane and the old guys is able to grab this dragon or grab the Baron and see if they could do anything with it. But it looks like Butter Our Biscuits is just gonna be able to zone them off of it. They're gonna turn and start getting
really good turn by bot lane and the old guys. Really good ultimate.
and a triple
Really good.
kill going to Jirachi. Wow.
Jirachi's just being able to kite out the entire fight, being able to kill 4 people at once. A really good kiting by Jirachi. Very big props to Jirachi on the Caitlyn, being able to keep pumping out damage from the auto attacks. Just pump out damage. Keep going. So
Yeah, that was a really good turn on the side of bot lane and the old guys, and it looks like they might be going for the Baron here. They sent people back to clear their base, and it looks like they're gonna maybe try to ban this Baron. I'm not sure if that'll be enough. You see a TP coming in from the Cho'Gath on the side of Butter Our Biscuits. He's coming, and it looks like they're not going to be able to finish the Baron. Is that Righteous Glory or is that speed boost from TP?
Oh, that's just speed boost from TP. You're right.
Looks like Fleeing Panda's able to stop a couple of backs with that knock up.
I saw that flight rate. I'm sorry. I praised your bullet times a lot, but that was a canceled bullet time. I'm sorry.
Oh, did he ult cancel?
Accidentally ulted, then canceled immediately after.
Oof.
Upsetty spaghetti.
We'll see if bot lane and the old guys were able to catch that mistake and capitalize on it. But it looks like Butter Our Biscuits is gonna set up for possibly a surprise cheese over here by the Baron. It looks like they know they're there. Great engage, and Guy Fieri is gonna go down. Looks like Galio's gonna go down.
Really well positioned Caitlyn auto attacks. Caitlyn's just pumping out damage after damage, just really positioned well with the life form disintegration ray.
And that is 2 incredibly good fights for the side of bot lane and the old guys, and it looks like they might be able to capitalize on this Baron this time. And I'm not sure that Flydrate's gonna have his bullet time up to steal.
Oh, he has bullet time.
Oh, it is back up, and it doesn't look like it's gonna steal, but it's gonna chunk him down, and they're gonna have to reset. He's turning and looking maybe to get some sort of kill, and JLP is gonna go down. But it looks like Ganwien's gonna make it out with his back. I see lots of pings coming down for this Elder Dragon. We're gonna see which team is going to be able to win the fight. I'm
Right now
curious.
is a man down. Right now is a man down, but Jirachi has really good positioning right now on that Caitlyn.
Yeah, and I know it's just minions and jungle monsters, but she's critting for over 2,000 damage, so that's a lot of damage coming from the Caitlyn. Ooh, and a nice taunt coming in.
Huge taunt though. A really good paranoia onto Caitlyn, but Caitlyn's just positioned really well, and now Caitlyn just gonna be able to pump a damage and really good life form disintegration ray coming in from Vel'Koz. And
Ganwian's gonna
then
pick up a double kill in that fight, and it looks like bot lane and the old guys are really starting to find their footing in this game, and they're starting to be able to turn a lot more of these fights. They're taking jungle objectives, and they're really doing a great job. It looks like Fleeing Panda might be setting up to try to get in and ult steal this dragon, but I'm not quite sure if that's gonna happen. Um, has to really save it here. Save the ult. Is he gonna go down? No, it looks like he's gonna be able to ult
Cho'Gath
and
stole the
steal
dragon!
the Elder Dragon with his ult, and he's gonna go down for it. But I don't know. I don't know if that's really gonna matter. Although it looks like Biscuit Hat is the only one with the Elder buff, but it's really useful just making sure that that Elder Dragon does not go to the side of bot lane and the old guys. They're doing an incredible
Cho'Gath
job.
stole the dragon!
That was a Pogger steal. That was a
Cho'Gath
Pogger steal.
steal! Cho'Gath steal!
Yeah, that was a really, really good steal. And it was, really saved his team because I think that if bot lane and the old guys were to secure that Elder Drake, they would have been able to run them down a little bit harder than they are now. They did a very good job of utilizing their Baron buffs to get a lot of pressure in the mid lane. They're going to take some resets now and see if they can get some pressure in some of the other lanes. I see Jirachi's up top getting that wave set up for a bit of a slow push and then coming to group back with the team. Misfortune is just up here grabbing a red buff, setting up for what's inevitably going to be the next fight. And honestly, in my opinion, depending on how this next fight goes, it could be the fight that
The
ends the
game.
game.
Flight rate's position a little too far forward.
A little early on
He's
that
gonna hold
Caitlyn ult, I think. There was no one really low enough to threaten a kill. What at this point in the game, what's the cooldown on that? I've never really played Caitlyn.
Actually, I'm not quite sure either. I'm mastery level 7 armor, but all the ults that cooldown are just a jumbled mess right now.
It's a jumbled mess. I totally get it. So it
Late
looks
to
like we've got 5v5 in the mid lane. There's an ARAM. The Ornhorn's going to come down, but the Cho'Gath is going to get an incredible knockup to keep him from proccing it to get the engage.
Cho'Gath is doing an incredible job, just like, being a beefy front line.
Oh my gosh. And that Cho'Gath at this point is almost as wide as the lane itself, so it's really hard to get past him. And he's got what, like 4,500 health at this point? That is a big, big tank.
Literally. How many stacks does he have on his ult?
He's got 11
Oh.
stacks on his ult right now.
And we said the Strangle's go down pretty early.
I remember earlier on in the game when he was about the size of Galio. Maybe a little smaller. Now look what we've become. Bot lane and the old guys just holding this pressure in the mid lane. Great
Really good
Nocturne
flick.
ult coming in.
Really, this time a really good, actually a really good Misfortune ulti. Fleeing Panda take down Mr. Matt. Vel'Koz, really good, really well positioned Vel'Koz ult though.
Oh wow, yeah, he was able to get out and get his ult all the way all on the entire other team, but it looks like bot lane and the old guys were able to end up completely turning that fight and winning, and they got an ace, and they're able to just get some free pressure here in the mid lane. They lost 2, but they killed 5.
This is the game. This is the game right here.
Yeah, they've got 22 seconds before anyone else is up, and they do have a wave, and they've got a second wave not too far away. That's a tower, that's a tower, and bot lane and the old guys are going to take this series 2-1 with an amazing, amazing showing and a great job, especially on Ganween with that Vel'Koz. Being able to get himself out of that Misfortune ult in that last game and turn around and ult Butter Biscuits just all of their faces, and it was able to just turn that fight completely. I'm gonna personally give my MVP vote to Ganwian for this series because he had an incredibly strong showing, not only game 1 with his Anivia, But this game as well with this Vel'Koz, he was really able to do exactly what his team needed him to do, which was damage. Um, and you see as I pull up the graph, he tops the game again in damage with 62, nearly 63,000 thousand damage, which is just an insane amount of damage coming from the tentacle monster,
The spaghetti monster.
the
Sorry, thank you.
spaghetti monster. Sorry. Hero, if you don't mind, could you make a
I'm already on it.
Okay, cool.
But I personally would like the MVP. Would like to give the MVP to Jirachi because Jirachi's positioning on all of these fights, they were able to position themselves far enough away so that they could get free auto attacks, pumping out damage time after time, getting the nice auto attacks from the Storm Razor as well as the seems the red buff and the fleet just being able to really catch out people and being able to pick out people time after time. So I would like to give my MVP to Jirachi on the Caitlyn.
Yeah, so let's get some
Votes in
votes
here,
in
and I can
here. We've got the
let me see
straw
his
poll
rest.
posted. And y'all need to be voting for who you think is the series, not just a game, but the series MVP. Um, and again, a very, very strong showing from both teams in this series. Just a great job all around, and everyone really had to fight in order to get to claim that spot in the semifinals, which is
And I need to use the restroom really badly, so I'm just gonna be right back.
yeah, okay, go ahead. So everyone was just on both teams was fighting for that spot in the final round, and it looks like bot lane of the old guys were just able to do it. Um, and again, it felt like that game. They were fighting from behind. They started off behind, but they were able to turn it and get. I mean, Butter Biscuits was taking Nexus towers. They were taking Nexus towers. And then bot lane and the old guys were able to just collect themselves, and they just won 3 fights. They won a fight, they won a second fight, took Baron, they won a third fight, won the game. They did a great job of collecting themselves and really adapting to what they needed to do to win this game and to win the series. So very great job. Uh, Again, get your votes in on this straw poll for the MVP of the series. It looks like we've got 7 votes so far for Ganwian, 4 votes for Jirachi, 2 for Guy Fieri, and 1 for the Real JLP. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Matt because he was really doing work this game. Really, all 3 games. He was doing a great job and really enabling Jirachi to do what they needed to do to be effective in this game. So really great job, really great supporting on the side of Mr. Matt as
Absolutely,
well. Let's see, just out
Mr.
of
Matt had
curiosity, wow, what a monstrous, monstrous vision score of 83. That's great. That's huge.
yay supports.
Yay
Support
supports.
supports. There's a recognition too. We're both
Supports
support
are the
mains here.
master race. Yes, this game has been
Supports are the
casted by
best.
2 support mains. So welcome to the
Supports
Shadow
are the
Realm.
master race.
Support master race. I love it. All right, so I think we can go ahead and call it here. So it looks like Ganwian is going to win the MVP of the series vote with 7 votes. 47% of the votes. Only 15 votes have been cast. I'm not sure how many viewers do we have right now. Hero, do you know?
29.
We have 29 viewers and 15 votes, so we're missing
We won't
several.
get everybody. We won't
Yeah.
get everybody.
So,
Let's
all
go
right,
give them some.
let's go ahead and call it there. So, Ganwian, you are the MVP of this series. So, go ahead and hop up, as well as the captains of both teams are welcome to hop to the Player of the Game 1 channel, where
But
we can do.
before we go there,
Okay.
I will give a special shout out to Jirachi ADC because you did a fabulous job as an AD carry. You pumped out damage from far away and stayed away from people and not just frontline Kaisa all the time, and that's great. And I voted
Absolutely,
for you.
very very strong showing from Riley from Jirachi here in this series as well. So we're gonna go ahead and jump down to Player of the Game 1 to start our post game interviews. Hey, how are y'all
Hello.
doing?
Yo.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Congratulations!
Yeah,
Yay!
congratulations, guys. Great
Yay, we did
showing
it!
here in this series. Like it was
That,
incredible.
that was way too much work.
I know that was 3 games. They were very long games. I mean, that last one was 40 minutes.
I had to
Um,
cast by myself for like 3 minutes with no videos.
oh, that was so. Yeah, my stream crashed,
Oh no.
and like occasionally it would lag, and we would get caught back up with each other. But then at one point it crashed and said the game will exit. And then when I pulled it back up, it didn't let me go back to where it had crashed at. So I had
Wow.
to. Hero was there and he was casting what was happening while I was just stuck on a frozen screen for a while. So hopefully the audience was able to make sense of what was happening. But again, really great job, guys. I felt like both of the games that y'all won were like fights from behind. Like they were on your Nexus towers at one point, and then you just like you turned it. You got 3 really good fights. You took the Baron, and you just ran it down.
What wound up happening was we finally outscaled. We knew all along our comp would outscale. More items, Caitlyn, Trundle, but it just their mid game was so strong, and
Yeah, their
it's
mid
hard
game
for us
was
to get
very
in
strong
there.
for sure. Which by the way, a shout out to Butter Biscuits because Butter Biscuits played a really good game.
They were a
Um,
whole different team with this lineup that they were rolling with. Then it's like most of the split. Joe in the jungle. Um, I just think that setup on that team is a whole different team. If they'd have played that way the whole split, who knows?
Yeah, we were a little bit confused by some of the picks until we realized that they were going to be doing some role swaps for that third game.
Yeah.
So
and then
how did y'all going into that? What at what point did you realize that they were doing all those role swaps, and what did you do to sort of plan
It
for that?
actually it actually made the lanes a little easy. For bot lane, it was they weren't dealing with. For top lane, it was easier because it wasn't dealing with. So I mean, it was advantageous to us that those were the lanes we had to deal with. Then we just didn't have it. I think I don't know if Stu feels the same.
Honestly, I missed about half of what you said from you cutting out.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you're
cut
cutting out
fuck.
quite a bit.
So I have no idea what you were trying to say.
Tunnel.
It was
I'm
something
going-
along the lines of something because, and then also
Wait.
because.
That's exactly what came out.
It was what I
sorry.
what I had just said was that it actually we were happier with those lane assignments than what we had guessed originally. 'Cause it was Zyra, and that opened up our bot lane to not have to deal with the Zyra support. So
Yeah, that's what
basically
we were
I said.
thinking going into it, that there was going to be a Galio mid and Zyra support, and that would have
Mhm.
been.
No, I was thinking Galio top and Galio's and Zyra support with Cho'Gath
Cho mid.
Yeah, it was a good flex. They played that champ select.
Yeah, definitely. So, by the way, while we're doing this, y'all go ahead and start getting any questions you have in the chat. Um, yeah, and it
I don't
sounds
see
like
any of these.
Neil is having the same issue on stream of your.
Yeah, that was from a few minutes ago when it was happening. 'Cause sometimes what I do is like I put my mouth up a little bit because then I'm just not right in front of my mouth.
Right.
And
You mean
then,
you don't put your
mean I don't
inside
read
your
the-
mouth?
and then I sometimes will start to talk quieter and quieter, and then I forget how far away it is. As soon as somebody says that, I just remember like, oh shit, and it's almost always like up by my eye.
Okay.
So I guess I have a question. So I guess looking into your game one versus game
Yeah,
one going into game
it
two
was.
and going
Oh
into
yeah.
game three drafts, like what were going through your minds in
Oh,
all three
game
of
two
these
to game
drafts?
three. Okay, so from game one to game two, we were expecting them to first pick Caitlyn. They didn't. And then we tumbled really hard on the Malphite because that was a mistake. Whatever. Going from game two to game three was where we had the most radical change. I think you could understand that because we went with the Leona. We took off the Caitlyn priority. We said we're taking Leona. We're going to allow Matt to just body for our team. And that's what he did. So that was like the major premise around it. The other premise was we wanted to make sure we had Stu on either his Vel'Koz or his Anivia. And so in order to do that, we had to early pick it. Because if we'd have left it to the fourth or fifth pick, they would have banned it. And so I'm glad that we wound up doing that. And I'm sure Stu is glad because Stu's performance on was fucking.
Stu was Stu had a really good performance. All I feel like he had a solid performance especially in game one, but also in game three, like really well positioned life form disintegration rays.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you popped off, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Seriously, with all due respect to you, Hoagie, if Stu's not an all star, it's a fucking travesty. This man
Oh,
has
I know.
played one of the best
I know.
splits
I know
that I've
this.
ever seen out of him.
Oh,
Like,
I know this, by the way. I am very aware. If I get All Star at all, it's a very much a travesty. I'm like, why am I here?
and I think that series showed it. Stu,
Yeah, no,
Stu,
that
Stu had
series
60.
definitely showed it.
Look at the damage from that last game. Did you
oh
look at the
yeah,
damage
no,
yet?
I pulled up the damage. We're looking at let me pull it back up. 63,000 damage.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
So still don't have any questions from chat yet. So y'all, if you're still watching, put some questions in chat.
I do have to say my defining moment, in my opinion, and I don't know if the stream caught it, because there was a team fight happening at the same time. But I was 1v1ing with Mordekaiser in game one, and he ulted me, and I won the fight in the ult.
I remember that. Yeah.
It didn't show that. I didn't think.
No, I think because
I don't
there
think
was
it
a
did.
there was a team fight at the same time.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
and like
probably.
yeah, and so I was on the other side of the map getting that kill, and while the other team was fighting, and they were they did their thing, we're doing really well as well. I was just like, hell yeah, in the ult, deal with it, and
Deal with it.
I was
always
excited.
That's always a good feeling. Is killing a Mordekaiser in his own ult, and I've been having a lot of fun recently doing so with Swain. Because I just as soon as he ults me, I just ult Zonia's and sit there, and then let my ult charge up, and then I just blow my whole kit and end my ult, and then I just like basically one shot him in
Oh,
his own ult.
I have a question coming in. I just got a question from chat. Symphonia John for the finals. Question for Eric. Give Freedom Penguin Caitlyn for Ganwian's Anivia.
Look, we'll figure out what we're doing. We obviously were focusing on this series as far as pick fans, so we haven't thought about S10 yet. The real trade is going to be, can I get Wukong? That's the real trade. You start talking deals for Wukong, I'm in. No.
Yeah, that Wukong was.
It was fun. I
strong
played 2
as
games
hell.
of it before it, and I was like, this feels strong. Okay. And
It's
so I was
quite
like, fuck it,
strong.
I'm playing it.
It's a great. It is
Wukong
a great
is a
combo with
Games for
Anivia ult.
Wukong.
It's just like
Absolutely.
with Anivia ult. It's like Wukong ult. I'm like, oh, it's pop down Anivia ult on top of them.
Well, it's
No
super
problem.
nice into it was super nice into Misfortune because I like. Oh, you're ulting Misfortune? Here.
Not
What's
anymore.
up? Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's good that y'all picked up the Leona in game 3, and I don't think he used his ult this way too many times, but my favorite thing with that matchup is the fact that Leona's ult can completely cancel Misfortunes. So it's just sort of a game of like being patient, and whoever ults first loses because the other one will ult and turn it.
Right.
So that's a fun little matchup. He says Kane for Wukong. Okay. Um, That's the trade. Neil wants Kane.
The real question is, when are we gonna do Donger Dash for these finals? That's the real question.
Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. This was a great kick. This was a great cast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great casting. Tier 1 post game interview with like 2 questions. But anyways, great job, bot lane and the old guys for pulling through this series. And
Congratulations, you guys did it.
congratulations.
Awesome.
We'll see you in the finals versus S10.
Yes,
Thanks
thank you
everyone
guys for
watching.
streaming. Appreciate it.
And y'all have a great weekend.